Alright, UFC Freedom 250. I want to talk about this fight. Okay, the Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane matchup that I really want to talk about. It's been kind of bugging me because like everybody says that Ciryl Gane might actually beat Pereira. He has a chance to get beat Pereira. People even say that Ciryl Gane should be the favorite. Okay, or today I'm gonna tell you every single reason why you should probably pick Ciryl Gane. Okay. Okay, the first thing that people want to say is the height. Oh my god, Ciryl Gane is much taller than Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira has never fought against a guy who is just as tall as him, just as big as him, just as large as him, okay? This is the stat, by the way. They're both listed as 6'4" and 6'4". The only difference of 2 inch in reach, okay? Ciryl Gane is not that much bigger than Alex Pereira, okay? This is genuinely one of the biggest lies I've heard so far yet, you know? Ciryl Gane was described as like 2 times bigger than Pereira because he's in heavyweight, and Alex Pereira used to fight at middleweight, and that's like a lie. He doesn't have that much of a big reach advantage. At the same time, Alex Pereira has always been kind of an in-fighter than an out-fighter, you know? And we can see, oh, the weight. Alex Pereira is way smaller than Ciryl Gane. Oh my god. We just saw in the weigh-ins, he weighs about 251 pounds. Guess what Ciryl Gane weighs in at? 248 pounds, okay? Alex Pereira is heavier than Ciryl Gane in this matchup, completely, okay? So, talk about the weight. Oh my god, the weight is like, the weight, he's gonna be heavier than Ciryl Gane. He's not even heavier than Alex Pereira. Ciryl Gane is lighter than Alex Pereira right now. Like, oh my god, the shape of Alex Pereira's body is not really good. You know what I'm saying? He looks bloated, he looks fat. He looks like he can't even fight right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Guess who beat Ciryl Gane in their matchup, okay? John Jones. John Jones came from light heavyweight, goes to heavyweight, looks like a pudding, and just somehow beats Ciryl Gane, okay? Look at this fight. Look at this fight, okay? Ciryl Gane looks genuinely confused on how John Jones could beat him that fast, okay? The shape of the body does not matter who can you fight, you know what I'm saying? Who beats you and who gets beaten by you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, Alex Pereira does not even look like that much worse than like John Jones. John Jones genuinely looked fat in this fight. He looks like he hasn't even trained for a couple months, and he beats Ciryl Gane in round 1. And like Alex Pereira looks kind of fine. I don't get why people say that he looks fat. He looks fine. He looks like proportional. Of course, he doesn't look lean, but like he's in heavyweight. He's in heavyweight. He's pretty heavy. Carries a lot of powers and everything. And he still carries his speed, by the way. Of course, like Ciryl Gane's gonna be lighter, but he also doesn't have a lot of power. That's kind of the big problem. And then we talk about like the age. Oh my god, Alex Pereira is way older than like Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane's over 35 too, by the way. And his like main component is his speed. The main problem that he causes to his opponent is his speed. Alex Pereira has his power, which is like his main thing, and his precision. He's still precise up until a couple of days. Until a couple of days ago, we still seen he's quite precise against guys like, you know, Magomed Ankalaev, you know, Izzy Adesanya and everything, you know. Ciryl Gane just turned 36, and his main problem is like his speed. Speed like goes out first. When you're as a fighter, MMA fighter, speed is the first thing to go when you're older. And Ciryl Gane's main thing is his speed and mobility. He's 36 now. I think Alex Pereira can like adapt better with his age, and you can tell that because like his mentor is like guys like Glover Teixeira, and you can tell him like in his other fights, like Pereira is quite good with his age, you know? A lot of Brazilians have a way with their age. Oliveira, Glover Teixeira, both of them have really good, like, they kind of age better as they grow older. They get like that experience, but they also have like that intense amount of like power and speed that they still have. They also got a lot more crafty. So like, compared to both of them are out of their prime age, but you gotta have to say Alex Pereira can probably adapt better with his age than Ciryl Gane, whose main thing is his speed, which is gonna go first, okay? Ciryl Gane is a younger era fighter than an older era fighter. He's kind of like an Izzy whose like speed kind of deteriorates over time, you know? And then we go to like his striking. Oh my god, like Ciryl Gane is such a better striker than Alex Pereira, you know? This is him versus Volkov. Volkov basically beats him. This is him versus John Jones. John Jones is, you know, is probably a striker. And like probably like it's an okay fighter. He's usually like a all-rounder fighter. And Ciryl Gane kind of goes tit for tat with John Jones. The bad thing about that is John Jones like got tagged up by Stipe Miocic. Stipe is like 40 something years old when he fought against John Jones. Like over the moon, old, grizzled, hasn't fought for a couple years, got KO'd by Ngannou for a couple times ago, and somehow John Jones still got caught by this guy, you know? And this guy is shorter than John Jones. I want you to know this, like, Ciryl Gane's striking is not that much better than anybody else. Okay, the only reason he looks better than everybody else because he like fought against Tom, and he hasn't even won against Tom. He fought against to a standstill against Tom. Then we go to like Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya, one of the best premier fighters. Now we're gonna talk about like stylistic matchups. Izzy Adesanya is just as tall as Alice Pereira, 6'4", 6'4", with the same reach. Hell, if you can tell it here, Ciryl Gane's reach is like 81. I don't know why like Alice Pereira's reach has like 79 before, but like basically they're close in reach, and like they're both 6'4". Adesanya is an outfighter, and he's fought in like UFC for a long time. Also a glory kickboxing fighter with like a perfect record, not a perfect record, but like close to a perfect record who transferred to MMA, and also like has a pretty much long tenure as a champion, unlike Ciryl Gane who hasn't even been a champion. And also like Izzy Adesanya has like power in his hands. You can kind of tell like versus Paulo Costa and versus like Alex Pereira himself, he does have a danger threat, which Ciryl Gane does not have. This is what Pereira did to Adesanya, okay? KO'd him. And they're in a lighter weight class. They're in like middleweight, which they should be more skilled than a heavyweight fighter. You've seen what like Ciryl Gane fought, the fighters that Ciryl Gane fought, and also you can fight against. Okay, the next thing is like the wrestling. Oh my God, Ciryl Gane's a way better wrestler. This is him versus Ngannou. This is him versus Ngannou. Both these positions are in a weight class where like in heavyweight is not an impressive weight class. You shouldn't be getting out wrestled with a guy who's like not really that skilled in wrestling in the higher weight class. Okay, now compare that to Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev did this to Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz, black belt by the way, who like wrestled against a lot of guys, pretty good wrestler, and like all in all like quite a crafty guy, an impressive dude to beat with the wrestling. And like he shot 12 takedowns. 12 takedowns was stuffed by Alex Pereira. And let me tell you this, Alex Pereira could still get better after this, you know? And then like Alex Pereira himself, let's look at the resumes. Let's compare the resumes, okay? If you still don't want to listen to me saying, oh my gosh, Ciryl Gane's gonna be bigger, heavier, and everything, there is no way Ciryl Gane wins. This is the amount of championship wins Alex Pereira has won. This is the amount of championship fighters that Alex Pereira has beaten, okay? Sean Strickland just fought against Khamzat Chimaev, became a two-time middleweight champion. Izzy is a long-time defending champion of middleweight. Like Jan Blachowicz defended his belt against Izzy, okay? He has one defense. Yuri Prohaska just won the belt. Just fought for the belt too against Carlos Ulberg. He lost, but he also fought against the belt multiple times. He fought the belt like two to three times, you know, after he lost the belt, you know. And then there's like Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill is like a pretty good fighter too. Jamal Hill's like, you know, Jamal Hill's pretty skilled as a champion. Of course, he lost. And also like Magomed Ankalaev was pretty skilled at championship. Now we look at like Ciryl Gane's like fighter that he has beaten. Junior Dos Santos, who just got KO'd by Robels de Spain. Tai Tuivasa, oh my God, Tai Tuivasa gives like a pretty good fight against like Ciryl Gane. This is what Ciryl Gane like opponent is, okay? They're fat blobs who just got beaten by cardio, okay? And then like Derek Lewis who got destroyed by Salsa Boy over here, okay? Like these are not good wins. Like these are not good wins. These are the only good wins that like Ciryl Gane has, and they're not even that impressive. Compare that to like these lines of champions who are genuinely skilled. And Pereira is like genuinely heavier than Ciryl Gane, okay? Look at this, okay? Pereira's heavier, he's more skilled, better, like he has better wrestling defense. He's fought better skilled champions. He's fought against guys with similar styles. Like Ciryl Gane has never fought against a guy who's just as precise as Alex Pereira is. But Alex Pereira has fought against guys who are just as like, who has like an outfighter type skill, you know what I'm saying? Who's an outfighter more than an infighter. And like he's better skill in everything, okay? Compare this like, okay, like Ciryl Gane does not have the experience to fight against guys like on Alex Pereira's caliber, you know? This is just a different level of skill that we've never really seen on any other fighter that we've seen, okay? Like Ciryl Gane has only fought against blobs, and that's kind of the thing. Like, I don't want to say this to be mean, but like Tom Aspinall is low-key kind of a blob too, you know? Tom Aspinall looks kind of a blob. The only difference is like Tom is kind of fast, and Alex Pereira fought against in middleweight, the fastest division there, the fastest division that both of them has fought in, you know? Like like Ciryl Gane has the speed, but like Alex Pereira has handled the speed like that. Like Ciryl Gane has the out out fighting, like about the out type fighter, like the kickboxing style that's like a point fighter, like Izzy, you know. But like Alex Pereira fought against Izzy, and then like he has also fought against like Jan Blachowicz, who's also kind of an out fighter, you know, who's kind of a crafty vet. Ciryl Gane can wrestle. He's wrestled against Francis Ngannou and pushed him back. But like Alex Pereira fought against like Magomed Ankalaev. So like, what the hell does Ciryl Gane has that Alex Pereira don't? The age? They're both similar in age. And I could even argue that like Ciryl Gane does not have the age advantage because the way he fights is not good for an older fighter. You know what I'm saying? So like Ciryl Gane does not have the age. The Ciryl Gane does not have the skill. Does not have the weight. The only thing Ciryl Gane has is the reach. And Alex Pereira has fought against guys who has similar reach in sparring. He's fought against Robelis de Spain, and literally, what's his name again? Like Glover Teixeira? Was it Glover? No, it's another guy that like fought against another guy that fought against Tai Tuivasa. I forgot his name, but he got KO'd by Sergey Pavlovich. But he just fought against both of those guys, and he looked pretty good. He pressured them, and he literally KO'd them. Okay. Anyways, that's for the matchup. I think Ciryl Gane is gonna lose to Alex Pereira. I don't think it's gonna be close. Well, I think it's gonna cause Alex Pereira a couple problems, but like for 5 rounds, I don't think Ciryl Gane is gonna be able to beat Alex Pereira. I was gonna pick Ciryl Gane first, but then when I think about it again, like what the hell does like Ciryl Gane has? He doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have like the experience. He doesn't have like the sheer amount of championship wins. Like Alex Pereira has fought against in 5 round fights more often than Ciryl Gane, and he's come out on top more often. He's fought against guys with more experience and everything in every single category other than reach. Even in reach, he's only beaten him in 2 inches, 2 to 1 inches. You know, it's not really that big of a deal. And hell, they're both the same height. It doesn't really make a big difference. I don't get it. Anyways, thank you for watching. Alex Pereira KO in round 4, I think. Bye.